Welcome back.
Yeah, man.
Welcome back.
It's been a while.
I know. I must say, Renee, I'm pretty impressed with your backroom casting couch setup here.
It is nice,
Really
eh?
nice, yeah. You can't tell we're not in a studio. We're actually in Renee's residence
On the West Wing.
in the West Wing. Yes. Well, guys, customary. Let's take a sip here of our mezcal from Renee.
It has been a while since we were here. I don't know if you guys are following. Oh. Last time we were on Madfin Brewery.
Was that the last one we did?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
And things got a bit out of hand, but now we're back.
Oh, yeah.
We stopped drinking for the whole summer, so that's why there hasn't been an episode.
That's exactly why.
That's exactly what happened.
No, why don't you guys tell me or tell everyone what you were up to during the summer? Because a lot of things have happened.
Yeah, I was in Joensuu for a month.
As you do.
As I do.
Yeah.
It's great there. Yeah, I was there supporting our Aloha Ramen up there. So, Joensuu is a very interesting city, or village.
Very nice summer city.
Yeah, very nice summer city. I think Joensuu reminds me of what Tampere was like 11 years ago when I first moved there.
Okay.
Everything is kind of new. Everybody just starting to, what's this ramen stuff? Like there's no ramen restaurant. There's a sushi restaurants, but there's no like Japanese restaurants or anything like that. So,
What is
Why did you do the air quotes? Like sushi restaurants?
because sushi buffet is not really sushi. There isn't any sushi restaurants or Japanese restaurants there.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was a good experience.
yeah.
Yeah, I heard like the weather was like 25 here the whole time, and the only thing I miss is that my friends, my core friends.
Yeah.
I miss the whole summer, but I think we made up for it pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before then, where were we?
We were in Porto.
Yeah.
Yeah, beer festival. Shout out to Mario.
Yeah, shout out to Mario, man.
You met him if you saw the brewery
Yeah.
episode. He was around.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was my first time at the Porto Beer Fest.
Yeah.
Beautiful town, beautiful country, beautiful people, nice festival, great vibe. Thanks for introducing me to that joint, man. I really enjoyed myself. It was really nice.
You can see like the craft brewery community was very tight.
Yeah.
So.
And Armando.
Armando.
He's like the most stylish dude in the city.
Calma.
Calma. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
That was lovely.
lots of wine, lots of beer,
Yeah.
lots of everything. there,
Lots of
so.
seafood.
Lots of seafood. Good street food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then that was it. What's up with you?
I'm good. After, our summer escapades, Belgium, Portugal, I just went straight back to work, really. Well, I did one trip to Sweden, but, that was it. Did a road trip. Then I've just been working, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and doing the whole murky life thing. Yeah.
What did you think of Brussels?
I love Brussels.
Yeah.
Like, it's got so much history, and the diversity is crazy out there.
Yeah.
But it was lovely. I like the freedom, access. It's a beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful place to be.
Beautiful views like Gotham City and Batman.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, I
Very
was
old city.
I was there on December, I think. 1 December with my brother, my mom, and it looks very. I don't know. It looked very gray.
Yeah,
and then
like
some people were commenting, it
Gotham-y,
looks a bit there and there. I really love that.
Yeah.
My brother was also loving it. He likes
yeah.
taking pictures. This city looks crazy cool.
Yeah.
It was nice.
I think it's got a little, pizzazz to it, a little bit of, but you can see that, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And they were doing a lot of renovation when we were there.
Yeah,
They're fixing the roads and, But it's Brussels.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Nice. So like we don't really have any beers or food this time. Just kind of like a catch-up show. Just what are we expecting this season? More restaurants, more bars.
More restaurants, more bars, and also more stories.
More stories.
Yep.
I think we're going to throw
people.
in a few guests from time to time.
Yeah.
Not only to talk about their... Because now we have thrown in some people that shared some experiences. A lot of them also connected to the restaurant industry, bar industry. Because, it's what a lot of us know.
Yeah.
But also, I think we're gonna throw in some more stories like the one with was it Georgio?
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of immigrants who are also working in different industries, and we want to hear other stories. So
And
there
just a-
will be a sprinkle of those.
Yeah, and just a shout out, if you're here working, you from somewhere else, we love to hear your story too. So
Yeah.
just contact us and
If,
get you on here.
if anyone
We
wants
wanna
to
hear your
join us,
experience.
wants to have a beer here with us,
Oh,
just share the stories. Like
Yeah.
more than welcome.
Yeah, just comment down below in the comment section over there if you'd be interested to come on, and then we can raffle out every now and then to host a guest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
But
man.
other than that, we had some notes.
No, but Renee, weren't you also traveling, bro?
I was enjoying life.
Yeah.
No, I went to Mexico. I went to visit my brother, and it was pretty nice. We were there for like almost a month.
Yeah.
Of course, it's always like a bit of a struggle, right? You choose to. I chose to go because that's the time where we were free and we could have some time off work. But then you sacrifice a bit of the summer in Finland,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I think is something that you also enjoy a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. Had some. I was being a tourist in Mexico.
Yeah. What part of Mexico were you in?
Well, I went to my city, Puebla, but I also went to Cancun, Playa del Carmen. We're staying all inclusive, doing the proper
There you go.
proper tourist stuff. But yeah, it was a nice time.
Probably the locals were judging the shit out of you.
100%. I would. If I would see me, I would be judging myself. Yes.
So it's like in Vietnam, if you're even though I'm Vietnamese and I go to Vietnam, there's a term for foreigners that come back to Vietnam.
Yeah.
It's called Yek Gil. Basically mean like a different Vietnamese person, Like,
Okay.
Yeah. And it's a term like they can spot you a mile away.
Yeah.
Either the way you dress or as soon as you start speaking, like you don't speak the same dialect. Is there such thing like that in Mexico? Like you can tell even though you're Mexican, but you're visiting.
You can tell from the guys who are like Mexican American. For example, in the all inclusive I was staying, I would say 80% of the people look Mexican, and I would guess Mexican out of the looks, but they spoke with this super thick American accent that you were like, okay, this guy was probably not born in Mexico, but
Okay, yeah,
but there's some roots there.
Yeah.
And you can spot them right away. Yes.
Yeah.
But no,
But
I don't think we have a term like that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. Well, what about you? Where are you from?
We definitely have it.
Yeah.
Like all of the Zimbabweans that migrated out of Zimbabwe at some point and went outside of the country. As soon as you get home, they can tell. Your skin glows differently. You haven't been in the sun. People start, and the messed up thing is that people start pretending like they've lost their Zimbabwean accent and start collecting dialects, and that is not it's frowned upon.
yeah.
That happens in Mexico as well.
Yeah.
And there's a weird. We do have a term. We call it pocho, but it's like an umbrella term for many things, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's mostly, I think, for people who went to the U.S. I don't know if you could use it for other, but that's the most common situation.
But kind of going back to a subject we did a couple episodes ago, like when you come back, do people automatically think that you're rich? It's like, oh, you're from America, so you have money, so like the prices might be different than local prices. Man, I'm Vietnamese, man. Like,
You get priced different.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you get.
Yeah. Especially when you go out with family, they expect you to pay for everything because you've been in America. It's like,
Well,
That's a
Yeah.
That depends.
The thing is, my mother's family is not like that at all. Like they're quite reasonable people in general.
yeah.
The other side of the family, I don't see it anymore because it's like that.
Yeah.
But no, like my brother is quite reasonable. He understands, and
yeah.
but I must say you do pay.
Yeah, of course.
Like when I'm out with him, I try to pay a lot
Yeah,
because it's the. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
bro.
Yeah.
But I think it's different.
Yeah.
If you do it, the check comes and you offer,
Yeah.
than being expected to.
Yeah.
I think that
yeah,
makes
yeah.
all the difference.
Yeah,
1000%.
on our side, there really isn't an expectation except for some rare times. But I've also realized that a lot of times when I go home, like the people that I hang out with probably have way much more money than I do,
Yeah.
and they tend to just be like, "Hey, when I just keep your money,
Yeah.
we'll pay for the drinks and stuff like that." So I'm like, okay, can't say no. Yeah, depends.
But yeah, coming back to that accent thing.
Yeah,
There is a weird thing where, because for example, I don't speak Spanish very often here. I would say there's even weeks that I don't speak Spanish at all.
Yeah.
And of course, when you are here, even if I gather with Mexicans, I don't know a lot of people from my city here. So of course, your accent suffers. because you don't use it very often, and then when you use it, you speak and listen to different accents. It's just a mix of everyone. So when you go back, people
They can
notice.
tell.
They're like, oh, you sound weird, mate. Like, you know, and you don't notice these things, of course. Because for you, it's like a normal thing. I think it happens also gradually.
Yeah.
And then when you come back, a lot of people might think you're being a dick. Of like, now you don't speak. Or
now
for
you think
example, I don't speak Spanish very often, like for weeks sometimes. And then when you come back, it's like, oh, this word, what is it? Like, let's say car. But the word for car, it's coming in Finnish or English or whatever. And they're like, oh, now you're pretending. You forgot. It's like, dude, I'm not pretending anything. But people judge you strongly on those things.
For me, it's weird thing for me. Like, I noticed that, you know, back in the States where, you know, I had an office job, I type up 10, 20 emails a day. I'm writing in English, you know, typing in English. And sometimes I hear when I start typing something, I'm like, how do you spell this word again? Like, I feel like, what the, I gotta Google it. How do you spell endeavor again? Like, what? I lose some of the spelling, you know?
And that gets worse for me when I'm typing. I use English most of the time, most of my days. And then I'm typing, but I grew up in Mexico where everything we consume is American. And then you type something and the translator corrects it.
It's like British
and you're
English.
like, I'm 100% sure this is how you write it. And then it makes you doubt yourself. Is it really? And then you go back like, oh, well, this is English. It's like, okay, But
American English. Yeah, American English is not. It's not considered the best English in the world, right? in that sense.
I mean, by Americans.
No. I would say probably like from people from the UK and people that grew up under the UK system, like colonial system, educational system. Like Zimbabwe was from a British colony, so we spell words according to the British lexicon.
Yeah.
America has its differences, yeah.
But they use the Z instead of S's.
Yeah, exactly.
It is also, for example, for me, I don't know if this happens to you. How do you hear it on the other side? Because you grew up with English.
Yeah.
But for example, for me, because everything I hear is always American, and then when I meet a foreigner, for example, for most of my life, it was always some American. That he's speaking, for example, Spanish, and he speaks with a thick American accent. Or like thick kind of Mexican. He's like, I don't know how to explain it. Okay. But then when you come here to Europe and people are trying to speak, for example, Spanish to me, and they have the Spanish accent, and it's a mindfuck.
Blows your mind,
I know it's normal and it should be, but for you that grew up to a certain, you're used to foreigners to sound a certain way, and then when you hear because here you're closer to Spain, so people grew up or like studied Spanish, Spain Spanish.
Yeah.
Then it's a bit of a mindfuck for a couple seconds. You're okay, what?
Yeah. For me, like when I type something, because Google, I mean AI, Google, whatever, I'll type like, we should do this, and then we do that. It's like, then THEN, then THN. No, it's then like what the fuck? You start doubting yourself. Like, what is it? Then or then? It's like,
I'm gonna judge you because those are crazy to me. There.
That I know, but then THAN and then is different. Yeah.
I'll trust you on this one.
Yeah, it is different.
The thing that kills me it doesn't kill me. It's just that I'm always trying to figure out the logic behind America not using the metric system. I'm like, why don't you just join the rest of the world? And
you don't know what one school bus is? One school bus is one school bus.
Jesus Christ.
One football field is one football
field.
field.
Except you guys' school bus is like twice the size of a regular school
You will use everything everything to measure except for the metric.
Yeah, exactly.
We all know what a washing machine, the size of a washing machine is, right? Yeah.
That's crazy.
If I say a pothole is the size of a washing machine, you know exactly how big it is.
Remember, in Finland we have the tiny little
5 foot, 3 meters. Exactly. It makes it makes so much more sense.
Yeah. It is, but these small nuances. There are things that you never think of these things, for example, until you move out. And then when you talk, for example, if I go back to Mexico, I talk with my brother about these kind of things. These are things that you never think of at all. And then you encounter them slowly. Like it's not that everything hits you at the same time. It's just slowly, and you're like, I thought I spoke a lot of pretty good English, and then you you always encounter someone or some word or some weird stuff that you're like, man, what? They just come like,
Yeah. It's the same thing when I went back to America with my ex-girlfriend that was Finnish. And, me and her, she speaks really good English. But then we're with my friends because when I'm in Finland, I don't know. I didn't know I do it until she told me. That time, when you're in Finland and you talk to us, you actually talk slower. When you're with your friends, you talk so much faster. And I think it's the same for you. Like, if you're talking with another Mexican, you're speaking a lot faster than if you talk to somebody that's trying
you know what happens to me? And I don't know if it's... I speak Spanish with a lot of slang, of course, because we all do when we speak our own language.
Yeah.
And then it gets me in my head. When I'm speaking, for example, I have a coworker from Spain. We're speaking Spanish. It gets me on my head to think, these words she will probably not understand, or or it will be weird for her. Because recently we were talking about apartments, and instead of departamento, I use depa, because that's what you use in Mexico. It's like slang, you shorten it.
Yeah.
She's like, what you mean? Oh, like apartment. Oh, okay. And then I get in my head of like, man, that's just like a shortened word, and it's already weird. So then we have a lot of borrowed words from Mixtec and Aztec and the Mexica and the Nahuatl and Mayan, and we have a lot of borrowed words. So it's like, it gets me on my head of like, man, I'm always constantly thinking of like what I'm saying, or how can I make this a bit more neutral?
Yeah.
And then sometimes in some contexts, I'm like, let's just use English, man. And then people think you again, you're a dick.
Yeah.
You feel too much. I was like, no, because it's fucking me up because it's getting me on my head. This like, and in
tiring.
some contexts, especially for example at work and this, sometimes I'm just like, let's just switch.
Yeah.
Because
I think for Finland, it's the same thing. The language, they shorten a lot of words.
yeah, they do.
Yeah. Like shortcut slang, and then especially with names too. Like every time I meet somebody, they Elu, you know Elu?
Yeah. There's so many Elus.
Yeah. It's like, it's Elu, but they call him Elu. Too, but they call him. There's like, every Finnish name has like another Finnish nickname.
Exactly.
That's like a shortened version of it.
But it is also, it brings you to the problem where, I don't know if we've probably talked about these things, but now let's dive into it. Where when you have been on the other side of learning a language, you know what's the struggle. You know that the speed is a problem, so you try to speak slower. And you need, I need to speak a bit clearer. I need to speak with less slang. Because I want to help the other person, right? When people try to speak Spanish, for example, to me, so I try to do that. But for example, if you bumped into someone, they're trying to speak Finnish, I don't speak Finnish that fluently. If the other person hasn't been in that situation, that I've been learning a language, they don't understand why you're struggling. And I think that's what makes these learning languages kind of important and difficult at the same time. Where if you both have experience, you will both try to make it easier for each other. But you cannot understand if you have not been in that position. And if you haven't struggled, it's very hard to understand that the other guy is struggling. It's a very difficult concept unless you have been there.
Yeah. Like I always used to feel like, these are conversations that I've had with other people that have been learning languages, that how they feel offended that people start to speak slower, that, how are you, because they want to be like, just speak normally. But I also understand the empathy that's actually emanating from the other person, because he's trying to make, it also depends on the facial expression that's going and what the
tone
intention
is important.
The tone and the vibe is everything. But, and I appreciate people that make an effort. I remember when we were studying Finnish, they used to offer us these badges that, if you're in a situation where you want to go around and learn the language, because people are so polite, they'll probably just start speaking English with you.
Yes,
you can have this badge that used to be written like "Speak Finnish with me." So then you can wear it in those situations where you don't want people to start using English because you want to learn. I think it was a good thing. Yeah. To some extent.
Here's the thing. I don't know what's your experience with Finnish, because I know TK is quite fluent already, and
I'm very fluent.
But TK is probably the one who speaks it the best here, right? Because you work in Finnish, and it's not a problem most of the time, I guess.
Yeah, you never stop learning with Finnish. It's one of those.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Like you can go anywhere and speak. Anything you need, you can go and communicate it. You are already at that point. Yeah. For me, it's like I could work probably, but because I'm not fluent enough, sometimes it's like when they ask, "Oh, should this meeting be in English or Finnish?" It's like, hey, man, I don't want to miss an important point, so let's do English. Because anyway, English is the official language in the company.
Okay.
But for example, if I go to a doctor or something important like that, I'm like, you speak Finnish, English? No, okay, we can do. I can deal with Finnish, and I can deal with Finnish in the bank and whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm torn. Yeah. I'm sure because I've spoken with a lot of people who are learning Finnish, and I think you are torn between. I want to use Finnish.
But I want to you understand.
But you very easily get into this like, oh, fuck, man, I didn't get anything. And then you get in your head and you get like,
Yeah.
So it's also like when people switch to English.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I have to admit that I get offended.
Yeah.
When I go to a restaurant and I've done the same thing, because you use the same words and same phrases, and you speak blah, 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 they switch to English.
Yeah.
Like, man.
But that's annoying because that's kind of like a sign of, yes, I can hear you speaking Finnish, but I still can't understand your accent kind of thing. That's offensive sometimes.
Sometimes, but I also understand the other side of like, I'm trying to be polite.
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes Finnish so difficult because most people here speak English.
Yeah.
And for example, this is one of those like contradictions, right? Because we are full of contradictions where sometimes I get pissed when that happens. But then at the same time, I'm like, but I want to understand.
Yeah.
And then sometimes if that doesn't happen,
Yeah.
and then you're like, man, I'd rather just use English sometimes. And that's a complete contradiction that you cannot fix anyway.
Yeah.
But so maybe those patches will fix the problem.
No, yeah. I mean, the badges were kind of a way of trying to put less pressure on the person that you're having a conversation with so that they know. But like I actually like where I'm working now, we use both languages. We use Finnish and English. And sometimes, I'll be honest, my brain gets tired at the end of the day so much so that I can't formulate Finnish sentences and I just can't use it.
Yeah.
I just say directly in our meeting that, hey guys, if you don't mind, can we use English? And people usually don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, or that they can use Finnish and then I'll say, you can use Finnish, it's fine, I'll understand, but because I'm so tired, I'm going to use English for the rest of this conversation. They're like, yeah, sure, that's fine. And I really appreciate that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That concept as well, if you have not learned languages, is very hard to grasp.
Yeah.
But it's really exhausting when
is.
you are having to make an effort of thinking in a different language and stuff. At the end of the day, I notice it because probably the only place where I use Finnish constantly is with my girlfriend's parents. Yeah. Sometimes at the darts events, most people just like use Finnish. It's extremely exhausting.
It's tiring.
Like I think what's also exhausting is that, I mean, we have some friends that we know that are really good, like Finnish friends, where, you know, if in a group of Finnish people come over, like they switch to English.
Yeah.
And they ask, hey, let's switch to English, you know?
Yeah.
But then like I've been in situations where I'll sit there for like 45 minutes and they're just blabbing away in Finnish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy because like they're probably in depth talking about something, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, and
And then the funny thing is, are we talking about? Oh, they're figuring out what to name their cat. I was like, you spent 15 minutes speaking Finnish about it. You know?
Like it's okay, I missed that conversation.
I thought that was
It's like I'm not gonna.
intense, you know? Like,
but don't you have because I've heard a lot of people complaining about this. For example, we were talking before we put this on.
Yeah.
We're talking about the complaining.
Oh yeah.
And because we like to complain, man, like that's natural.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel it's worst when I'm the only one there who doesn't speak Finnish in a group.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Hey, let's stop everything. Let's switch to English." It's like, "Hey, mate, I don't want to be that guy. Dude. Just speak Finnish." Like, you know what I mean? It's like, don't worry about me. It's okay.
Yeah, man. You know, like I feel like the whole awkward moments because of language have happened in so many ways. Like, you know, just one letter difference in a Finnish word could mean
change everything.
The opposite spectrum of what you think you're talking about. And I'm always so conscious about that to the point where, like, when I write messages, I have to double, triple check everything before I send it because I want to make sure. I'm pretty sure that I've made mistakes and I still make mistakes, but it's hectic.
Bro.
It's hectic.
It's rough. I'm not gonna get into details, but
Yeah.
tuhma and tyhmä, that's dangerously close. And
It's like
That's not a good situation to
No.
mess up.
and even like meeting and murder, like in Finnish, it's
the other
tappa, tappa. It's like 1p difference.
Yeah.
Well, let's not get into the spelling of it before we start getting.
Yeah.
But just small things like that is like
I have a friend. She named I'm gonna fuck it up. Tutti. But if I say it wrong, it means like a pacifier.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I tutti, he's like, no, I'm not a pacifier. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
You be one?
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Or for example, the name Isa,
Yeah.
and then without the dots and with the dots,
yeah,
and then his father,
dad. Yeah.
and that might be a very awkward message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, daddy.
I'm just saying, like, we've been all in these situations where, like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Is it Issy? Daddy?
Yeah, Issy is like the nickname, but it's Isa.
Okay.
With the A.
Yeah.
Yeah, my I think I've said this before, but every now and then when I get into a little bit of a disagreement with my son, his way of kind of like getting back at me is that he'll correct my Finnish while in the middle of like trying to discipline him.
Bro.
Yeah,
I would rage.
I would smack his ass with a belt.
but it's also a good icebreaker. Like it'd be one of the, because we have, like let's say I'm trying to say something to him, then I'm like, okay, go upstairs, right? And that's the hardest thing to say, because it's like ulos is with the Y,
Ulos.
and then ulos is like outside, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, go upstairs and finish, and then I say the other thing, like it sounds like he's like, I think you're trying to say.
Oh my god!
And I'm sitting over there like,
Inside you're like,
I'm like, all right, you got me, but still, exactly what I mean. So just go do what I'm trying to, But yeah, that's a trigger.
Whooping.
But you probably don't, you will never forget that, right? In those moments, they just engrave
and
in
you
your
learn.
brain.
You learn. It's these moments that really kind of like, then you remember what the word is or what the situation
difference
is.
is.
Yeah.
You remember where you really are.
Yeah, exactly. Like, man, I'm just another. Oh man. Yeah. Did you guys that's a harsh one. Never mind.
No, go for it.
Yeah, it's I was about to, like, switching topics altogether.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that D'Angelo's dead? Yeah. Mr. Brown
51
Sugar.
years old.
Yeah, man.
What were some of his hits? Like, I can't remember off the top of my head, but if you do the
Brown
melody,
Sugar.
Oh yeah, Brown Sugar, of course.
Sure.
Brown Sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Then you have all of the he was the godfather of neo soul music, man. Soul Aquarians. He did so much music with Jay Dilla as well.
Mm-hmm.
He had so much good music, bro. It's sad to lose a legend like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, rest in peace to him. At least his music will live on.
The older you get, like the people that you grew up listening, or even like actors, is like, what? So and so passed away. What? So and so's dead.
I was just thinking about that now that you mentioned that. Like that lately you see a lot of people that
Cruising.
Oh man,
I know, man.
Who did I see recently that I was like, this guy looks super. Oh, some Mexican actor, but I saw it on some Netflix show. He was a friend of the family, and now he's big. And I remember, like, man, this guy used to come. I was a kid. He used to come to the family gatherings. And I was maybe like 8-10 years old, and he was around, and he was maybe 18 at the time. And now I saw him, like, probably in his mid-40s, like, half white hair. I was like, fuck, man, I remember this being a kid when I was there. Like, what the hell?
I was watching a porn movie, and I was like, damn, she's dead? I can't believe she's dead. I was like, most uncomfortable feeling ever. Like, dead porn star. I mean, that's a real website. You can check out the dead porn stars. I was like,
I probably won't.
What? How do you know about websites like this?
I just it popped on my feed, like so and so porn star is dead. I'm like, no, that's my childhood. That's my childhood. And like last week.
Funny. Yeah. Oh, man. That is funny. But a lot of people just, have been dying lately. Really good artists, really good musicians, really good actors and stuff like that. So, but that's life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk, rest in peace.
Oh man, that situation. I mean, like,
I'm sorry to laugh, but the way that you delivered it, I'm not laughing at the death of Charlie Kirk.
But
man, that's that whole situation. It's the because I don't agree with a lot of things they said, man.
Yeah,
like, and I think,
don't think I agree with
there's a
anything
lot
he
of
said.
people who don't agree.
yeah,
But
yeah,
he said one thing that I think is the way he justified everything he said and stuff, and what like his actions and everything was we need to talk, and the time that we stop talking is when it becomes a problem.
That's true.
And I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
not agree with many other things, but
yeah.
but yeah, man, I agree. Like I think a lot of times nowadays it's the people refuse to listen to the other side.
Yeah.
Because now everything's black and white.
Yeah.
I don't know if now or it has always been the same, but now you notice it a lot.
Yeah.
That everything has to be black and white.
Yeah.
And man, it rarely is.
Yeah.
Like things are rarely just like completely good, completely bad.
I totally agree, but the only problem with him is that when he says that, and then when he goes to debate, it is black or white. Like he never changes positions. He never switches. He never finds the middle ground.
Oh yeah.
So,
Like of course.
Yeah, and,
but
and that's his whole shtick. Is like he goes to college campuses where these young minds they haven't even formed anything.
of course.
And he has all these debating stuff already.
And he was steering the pot basically.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But
Absolutely.
but I find it whether you are like left, right, or center or whatever, the amount of people being happy he got like
yeah.
ended,
Yeah.
I find it insane.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you get to the point where like, hey, mate,
Yeah,
so
'cause
if
that only stirs up the other side. You know what I mean?
but I think it stirs both sides because then it's like, okay, and I think it. For example, we've talked about this probably in some other episodes where I agree with a lot of things from the left sometimes, with a lot of things from the right,
Yeah.
and it puts you in a bit of a rough position because I'm not completely liberal 100%.
Yeah.
Because I come from a difficult country, man. We have a lot of problems, and I've seen a lot of problems where this like let's all be friends and everything's let's hug each other and be happy.
Yeah.
It 100% doesn't work.
1,000%.
You need to build first a society for that. You cannot just be expecting the best of everyone because realistically that's not a thing, man. That's not the world we live in. Like sadly, of course, I would love it to be like that.
Yeah.
But then I think it puts a bit of a weird position where you are kind of I agree a bit of this, and then you have people on both sides shouting like, "No, you're wrong if you're not on this side." And it's like, man, that's a very rough situation to have because you're completely polarizing the country and the world in general.
But that's a problem, right? It's a very I don't think it makes sense to say that we should have open conversations, but the person who's speaking is using a megaphone to scream his point and not giving the other person an opportunity to
megaphone to scream back.
Because and that's what I feel like sometimes is happening in the media, right? So people are in these echo chambers, and basically that echo chamber is a megaphone of one message that everybody's like in that space, and then they're saying no, but we should be having debates. Well, okay. If you bring in one person every now and then, just for the sake of saying that you've had some diversity in the conversation, I don't think that's enough. I don't think that these discussions are honest anymore because the interests that are driving the conversations have nothing to do with the people that are being killed or actually having these conversations. The interests are with the people who's making money in the background, and then we are being, So, in that sense, I feel like it's not honest. And I feel that people should really start digging a little bit deeper to actually have the conversation. I can sit on the opposite side with people who have different, opinions, but let's not only talk about the issues that we are having here. Let's also talk about the ripple effects behind everything else. Who's funding the news that you're listening to, and why are they funding it? Things like that.
That's to the core point that I think the catch-22 about information, to say the internet information is knowledge.
Yeah,
I think we're getting too much information with the spread of how easy to get information. The wrong information is getting out.
Yeah,
and the things that people are making money off the information. Come on, Fox News isn't stupid. Yeah. They know that, and CNN isn't stupid. They know if they put out the extreme of one side, that core one is going to watch them. They're going to buy their ads. The podcasters, they know that I'm going to rile everybody up. To me,
And
it's
then
like,
we'll sell them some Budweiser while we do
it's
it.
like people like I think the flat earthers.
Yeah.
I think whoever is in charge of it, they know that the world is
Oh,
round.
100. He's
But-
just winding people up.
Yeah, and he's making money off of it because
Yes.
people are following him. You know.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
But I think I think the source of everything is that now it's very easy to make money
Yeah,
out of like
exactly.
media
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff, internet.
Yeah, yeah.
But the easiest way to do it is I'm gonna wind you up. I'm gonna make some. If you go to like X or Threads or whatever kind of social media where you can write,
Yeah.
you see a bunch of posts of that you can tell this guy. There's no one who can think like this and be so openly about it without knowing this is gonna cause a reaction.
Bruh.
So there's a lot of this bait, rage bait.
Yeah.
And then you see the
1,000.
post,
Yeah.
10,000 comments, and everything's like, no, you're stupid. And you're like, how come no one realizes, like these 10,000 comments that are raging under, nobody realized this guy's just winding you up
Yeah.
For
and
the sake of
earning
getting-
and monetizing
Of
because
course.
now you have a
Yeah.
ton of interaction.
And that's the thing. The comment section is the worst thing to do. Worst thing that can happen to like the news and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
it's terrible.
yeah, because-
just put the news out.
Exactly.
No need for a comment section.
No.
Yeah, yeah,
I have this like the Mexican in the kitchen, and I had a video that got like massively viral, and it got viral because it had a lot of interactions already. But then when it was getting a lot of interaction showing, it had a couple bots, and I'm guessing it's bots because if that person was real, this is fucking insane to me. It's like I feel very sorry,
yeah.
but it was like being very aggressive and racist and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just commenting back, and winding it up. And the guy was getting pissed, and like all the comments got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and it snowballed.
Yeah.
And then other people is jumping in, like because I was being like quite gentle, and then people are like, nah, defending me, kind of thing. And then someone was asking me like, why are you answering to this guy? Because all he wants is to wind you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like because the more I answer to him,
Yeah.
the more he answers and winds other people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
yeah.
and then my post gets interactions and it gets shared more.
That's the
And
cheapest.
that's how social media works.
Yeah. Do you know, like, at some point, I actually said to some of my friends that when there was a time, I think maybe 2-3 years ago, where every other month there was a mistakenly racist advert that was done by some big brand.
And nobody
Right.
realized. Oh,
Yeah,
you
you know.
realize.
Oh yeah, no, there was this like, oh no, there's this maybe this brown boy placed in the wrong by a huge brand, or
Yeah,
maybe they used the wrong word there. And I'm like, this is the cheapest marketing that they can do, right? Because they know we're gonna be pissed about this.
Yeah.
And the moment we start echoing
Yeah,
our
yeah.
anger
Yeah.
on this post, they can never pay as much as they've paid for that level of visibility.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
now it's you know, they make a bad ad about racism that has a racist tone in let's say in Europe. That is being seen in Canada, in the United
yeah.
States, in South,
Yeah.
everywhere.
I'll give you 2 examples.
Yeah.
For
You-
free.
Yeah, for
you
free.
remember what's that blonde actress with the big bosom? She did that jean commercial.
Yeah.
I know what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah.
That sparked all the.
Yeah. And you know what? Their sales went up 500%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Positive or negative?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All advertisement is good, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Even
even,
bad.
even negative things
Yeah.
impact
In the
sales and
U.S.,
stuff.
in the
positive.
U.S., couple years, actually, like more than 15, 20 years ago. So Martin Luther King Day in America, it's a big day for like stores that have sales, right? Because it's a Monday, people are off. So they had a white sale on Martin Luther King Day, and there were white sheets everywhere. Buy a white sheets. You know, people are like, what? You gonna buy a white sheet?
Bruh. and have you noticed they always do it to piss off the one that is not their core demographic, right? So they're like,
Of course.
yeah, because this product
yeah.
is not mostly, let's say, bought by black people. So like,
yeah.
this person's black people. You know, and it's kind of like a
No, but this
Yeah.
was I think this was like late 90s. I mean, this was before the internet. I mean, I think it was an honest, stupid mistake, but it was on the news. And
I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I doubt every time there's something that people are like, no, this is crazy. How can they do this? Like, oh, we didn't realize. I doubt it.
Is it a
man.
conspiracy?
I just doubt that people don't realize these things.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think all things are just like,
no,
man,
I
let's-
think
But back
let's
then,
push some
back then, I
buttons.
think it was on a mistake. But
Yeah.
now that you never know now, like if
Yeah.
it was on a mistake or not.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world
White
we live
sheets
in.
sell on Martin Luther King Day.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, man. So lately in the news, what's been going on in Finland? What did we get most recently? We got. What did we get recently?
You guys had some notes. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't want to be
Tim,
a guy,
where's
but
your notes?
let me show me your notes.
I see your notes.
No, but I didn't have notes on news.
You're writing it down.
DK had some notes about
yeah,
things that are too polarizing to talk about.
Yeah, there's that one. Somebody got punched recently, but in jail. No. Did you guys see the new government budget that came out?
I did not.
It's a pretty interesting package. I think maybe something that popped out for me was the amount of investment that they're going to be putting into research and innovation and into startups, right? Because one thing that we always talk about is that Finland needs a lot more jobs, or that we need a lot more people to get employed. But for a lot more people to get employed, you need to create a lot more companies. So supporting startups and businesses is the best way to do so, and creating new businesses is also the best way to do so. So there's going to be heavy support. Well, heavy, but there's going to be a lot more support for startups and research and innovation.
Is that the byproduct of the government we have now? That's kind of like more pro business. You think like?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I think absolutely. The government that's there now. Part of it is very much pro business. The other part of it is very anti-immigration.
Yeah.
So and unfortunately, the flip side to that is that a lot of the new companies are being built by internationals, right? So internationals tend to more often be entrepreneurial than locals, not as a matter of any thing that is special, but because out of necessity, pure necessity. Yeah. So people start more businesses. So the fact that there would be more support is good, but let's hope that support finds the people that are starting the companies more as well. Yeah. So that's.
I'm just saying because I know some of the laws will affect full disclosure. I'm part of a lot of business, and I've been hearing that hey, we'll get some breaks here, which for us is like we can reinvest that money back into hiring more people. Yeah. But I get like I said, I'm not black or white. I mean, I agree with something, I disagree with something. One thing the government's doing good, I agree with that part. Yeah. And I can also disagree with some of their immigration policies.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, you as a business owner, I would like to actually hear. Are you seeing Are you seeing the effects of some of these changes that they're making, or is it something that you'll probably start to see next year?
Next year.
Yeah.
Okay. Next year.
Okay.
Yeah. There are some tax breaks that we're going to see next year.
Good. Like
I say, it just gives us room to
do more,
expand. To do more.
Yeah. That's great. I think for some of the tax breaks that they had promised to workers, I think I just saw a commentary on social media that the impact of it is not going to be as big, right? Ideally, if you cut taxes, people have a little bit more money to spend, which tends to go into the economy and it stimulates a whole lot of other stuff. But the reality of, at least according to that clip, the reality of these tax breaks is not really going to be significant for low earners, but is going to be more significant for really, really big earners. Yeah. So in terms of kind of like the money that is actually going to flow into the economy because of some of these, at least for employers' tax breaks, not for the businesses, it might not be as significant as people would have.
I mean, tax breaks and incentives, they have to be studied,
Yeah.
Like in the U.S., Trump's like, I'm going to give everybody $500. What's that going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, America, I hate to say it, $500, that means I get to buy a new TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But after that, what's going to happen?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, to me, like, giving out money, that's like a bribery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing because that kind of thing happens in Mexico a lot, mate. And that's the kind of thing that will make people like, next year, let's vote for this guy because at least he gave me 500.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing it does.
You guys are at least getting 500s and buying TV. Some people are getting bribed for a vote over some corn.
Corn? In Mexico, you will get like people, they carry like, I don't know if they take a bus, go to some town in the middle of nowhere. There's a lot of poverty in Mexico. You go to a town where everyone is barely surviving. We need how much people fit in a bus? 50 people. We need 50 people. Yeah, fill the bus. Bam, 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 bam. they take them, they go to a political meeting, they shout like, yeah. And then,
get fed.
okay, they give them a bag with a soda, a sandwich, and maybe some cash. Here you go, thanks.
That's it.
And that's that, mate. And for them, well, that's more than any other government has done for me. Like, well, but for these guys.
Yeah. And at least, and for them, they're probably thinking, well, at least I got a meal for the day. And
Yeah.
they're just treating it like it's a job now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I want a job.
Talk about like international politics. Like one thing my friend has been sending me clips.
Yeah.
Finland's president Stubb.
That guy is good.
He is in a good light.
No, that guy is good.
he's fucking good.
That
When he talked to the UN compared to Trump, who just went on for an hour about bullshit, I was like, that's a statesman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, for me, Stubb is probably one of the most cold, calculated, but on point leadership that I've seen during the time that I've lived in Finland in terms of leadership.
But doesn't that, because I want to say this, but for me,
Okay.
this stuff, it reflects a lot of what I see, like the Finnish mentality and everything. Like when you interact here with people, I think people are more reserved, more this kind of like
Calculated. Think before you speak.
Calculated.
Yeah. I don't speak unless I have something important to say.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that guy reflects that kind of mentality. Where every
Absolutely.
time I've seen him speak, he's like extremely on point. Just like I'll just answer whatever was asked.
Yeah.
Be as like clear as possible. Bam.
Yeah.
But I feel
I
like
think
he's
that's a pretty good thing.
But I feel like he has a little bit more warmth. Like
Yeah, absolutely.
he's definitely a statesman in the sense of saying that I understand that he has the Finnishness of it, but he knows how to represent Finland without being
Like stoic.
without being overly stoic.
Yeah.
And he speaks with a clarity that is not intimidating but reassuring, in the sense of saying that he can speak openly, let's say, about the circumstance right now, for example, with our neighbor to the other side, and he can speak honestly and open about it and not come off in any way. Well, it doesn't feel like it's coming off in any way as triggering or like, whereas, I think other leadership, if this would have been the same situation, would be like, hey, it is what it is kind of vibe.
Coming back to the topic we spoke at first, because I think his wife is not Finnish.
Yeah, she's international.
Don't you think the way he carries himself is also affected by that? That he has been in direct contact with this multiculturality, with this kind of having to be more aware of like cultural differences,
Absolutely.
and that makes you kind of more sensitive to these nuances in communication.
Absolutely, yeah.
I was reading this editorial, and like the person made a good point that the European leaders, they think of him as the Trump whisperer because he has Trump's ear.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why is that he's very calculated on what he says.
Yeah.
Where other leaders are like, they
just blurt.
it's like, oh, he's a fucking piece of shit. But where Trump is like, I mean, where Stubb is like, I think he knows he's a piece of shit, but you know what? I'm a politician.
Yeah.
I got to be measured in everything I said.
Yeah.
And they play golf together.
They play golf together.
They compliment each other.
Yeah.
But when he did a UN speech, you know exactly who he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Without saying it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And
I think
and-
that's just brilliant.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
But that's kind of that's what I'm mentioning of the
That's a politician.
when you
Statesman.
understand that okay, where you're coming from and how can I speak to you, how can I appeal to you,
Yeah.
not only by words but also by your whole environment and your whole context. And I think that's an important that's a difficult skill to have, but I think that makes you like a way more convincing and way more like I don't know. I think it's a difficult thing to grasp, but once you have it, it makes a huge difference.
I think I was watching a video of an American former, intelligence agent or something, and he was actually saying that one of the most important things that they were ever taught was to, for him at least, was that you must learn how to put your think of that situation in the other person's shoes that you're with in that moment.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna have that conversation from a totally
Empathy. Yeah.
So and the way that that's what I kind of feel like Stubb is a person who can walk into this room now, into this podcast, and probably sit over there and have the most chilled out conversation with
have a
us
beer with him.
with a very stateful and have a beer and chill. But he's, the fact that he's also then able to go and sit with Trump or play golf with Trump and chat with him about what's going on.
We're open for
I
guests.
appreciate that. You're most welcome. Please come over here. We'll have a chat with you. But I appreciate that kind of.
Actually, Stubb will be here our next podcast.
Stay tuned.
We'll go to Timo and get him.
But I think, especially nowadays, because we have the world is pretty connected and stuff, and you see a lot of the conflicts and a lot of the things. I think if everyone would learn a bit more of this, approaching things from the multiculturality, I think it would solve a lot of issues.
Yeah, understanding people's point of views.
Yeah, and you see it a lot with because for us it comes pretty natural. I think once you have lived in other countries and kind of understand differences, and
you have to negotiate spaces.
Yeah. The thing is that, and this is a thing, right? Of there's a lot of conversations of this should you drop your culture? Should you bring it? What's the line where you kind of bring stuff and not? And I think that's a big conversation, and that it's a bit, people use it as a positive as a negative. And I think once you have experienced those with many different cultures, we're very lucky as most of our friends come from all around the world. We have noticed multiculturally. We have friends from everywhere, from Asia, Europe, Africa, and South America, North America, whatever. I think we're very lucky in that sense where we understand these nuances because we're also very open about them. But I think even though for us that's very normal, this is not a normal thing. Most people don't get the opportunity to do this kind of thing we do.
Yeah.
And I think this would help a lot of people understand a lot and get more into other people's shoes and stuff. Because when I speak to Finnish people who haven't had this opportunity, and then you talk a bit about it, and I see it, for example, with my girlfriend's family that they have trouble a bit, but they, they're they don't speak English a lot, and they is very Finnish and very rooted in their traditions. And when you speak about this, they're very interested, and they talk. They ask a lot of questions about it. And the more we talk about this, culture and how life is in other countries and stuff, you can see that for them it's very interesting. And I think if we would have more exchanges like this, the world would get by much easier,
better.
man.
It's true. And that's why Ozibao was a very important cultural staple of the city, because it was a melting pot. But I agree with you.
I think the sidebar, we talk more about on how deep you want to get into, we talk about how do immigrants, foreigners, integrate into Finland. And I think it's important that you integrate in a proper way.
Yeah.
You respect the Finnish culture, the Finnish traditions. You can still have your own identity. I mean, we all have our own identities.
Absolutely.
But I'm not picketing for rights of Buddhists or Americans. You know what I mean? I'm in Finland. Whatever it is, the Finnish politics, I'm gonna respect that. But I'm going to live my life. I'm going to contribute the best I can.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to force either my religion or my politics into this country.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the thing. I think also we're very easygoing in general.
Yeah.
And but I just think the best way to go about this is everything I don't like from Mexico, I just don't bring it.
Yeah.
Everything that I don't think is positive, why should you bring it? And I take everything that I think is positive from my culture, I bring it and I try to share it. And then everything I think it's positive from Finnish culture, I embrace it.
Yeah.
And then you make a mix of best worlds.
Exactly.
And then this guy comes up with his Asian dishes, and I'm like, man, this is crazy good. I'm gonna start using this.
And then putting some Mexican spices on it.
We put some more chili or something. But I think that's what it should be. We take the best of everyone and let's make something good. And
I mean, culture is not a static thing. I don't understand. So for me, I'm like, I get people trying to hold on to a culture. I get people trying to make sure that a culture survives, and that's completely fine. So for me, integration means, as you said, take the best things from your culture, mix it up with the new culture, but you don't need to be Puritan about everything. And this is kind of, sometimes we're like, okay, I make Karjalan paiste, I put a little bit of sauce from my country. I'm like, hey, it's new Karjalan paiste. I like it. So the problem comes then when somebody's chastising you for making the Karjalan paiste the way that you like it. Then it becomes but it's still, and that's where this kind of negotiation of what integration is. Because me as a foreigner, I can move to this country and embrace everything that is beautiful about this country and bring everything that I think is beautiful about this country and mix those two cultures up. the rest of the journey is the local community accepting that I've done so, and saying this is okay to be this version of you, and that has the best of both worlds, and we are happy to have that as part of this society. And that negotiation, that receptiveness of the hosting society.
But I think it's also important that you're not forcing your culture into.
No, definitely
you know
not.
what I mean? Yeah.
But I must say,
yeah.
I don't know what's your experience with this, but when I have met with Finnish people who don't have the opportunity to have this multiculturality, like they don't have the opportunity to have a lot of friends from everywhere and stuff like that. All my interactions have been mostly good, where people are interested. And then when they're interested and you talk these things, I have had like people over, like friends from my girlfriend, and I cook something Mexican, but then we're speaking Finnish because it's like I'm struggling, but you kind of make it work.
Yeah.
Those situations, they're always positive.
Yeah.
There's always something positive that comes up, and there's always like the good feeling of like, man, I kind of understand Finnish people a bit more, and they kind of understand us a bit more, and I think all those interactions are quite positive.
It's very productive.
Yeah, very productive, because now in their minds, it's like, oh man, I met this Mexican guy. I had a really good time. We had a few beers. Everything was good. And I think that's the kind of, very slowly, but you change people's minds.
Yeah.
Because you might get someone that's a bit like, oh yeah, but immigrants, I don't know, and they have a good interaction with you, and now their only interaction is a positive one, and they're like, oh, man, well, this guy was not so bad, right? And I think that's because a lot of people want to be like, no, it has to be right, like everyone it has to be like, man, everything's good and right away, and if you don't think that way, then it's bad. But I think that small change in mentality, slowly, over time, that's how you build the society, more multicultural society.
But let's admit it. If you got robbed by 2 Vietnamese guys in 1 week.
Oh, I'm not gonna get robbed by 2 Vietnamese guys. Look at my size, dude.
If you get robbed by,
they'll have guns.
If you get robbed by 2 Vietnamese guys the size of Vin Diesel in a week, what is your perception of Vietnamese guys?
How tall is Vin Diesel?
No, it doesn't matter. No, my point is that I think people need to talk to mentality that if something bad happens to you because of one certain group of people, is that the whole group of people?
I once almost got stabbed by an Albanian guy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to start hating on all Albanians.
Yeah. But I think a lot of people...
I don't like that guy.
Is like,
That guy was just a mean person. But you see...
The reason for justifying, the anti-immigration is like, oh, yeah. These brown people are coming here to doing this. This is Asian people that are doing it. Yeah. No, that's 1 or 2 bad people in the group. There's also bad Finnish people. There's all bad Finnish people.
There's assholes all over the world.
All over the world.
No matter where you're from.
Do you know what's most frustrating is that this discussion that these brown people are doing all of these bad things, and so we should kick all of them out, is that we, the rest of the brown people and people of color, looking at those same people,
you're also pissed.
We don't even like them. Like, you guys need to get out of here. Like
Chris Rock said, there's black people and there's black people hating.
People are like, no. It's and this is why I hate the monolith of like immigrants. All immigrants are doing ABCD. Oh no. It's just a few really annoying people that decide to do some really dumb shit. And a lot of the other immigrants don't like them too. And we also think that they're doing a lot of dumb shit. And we agree that they should be, locked up or kicked out or whatever. So, so generalizing is where the problem comes in.
The irony is like, Finnish people are doing, and I say Finnish people like Americans, just say like the upper class is doing the same thing. They call it white collar crime, white collar crimes. In Finland, if you remember, the company, they had people from Thailand and Philippines go over to pick cherries.
Oh yeah.
Well, come to find out, they were abusing them.
Oh yeah, yeah. This was in the news just recently.
Yeah. They put them in like shitty ass camps, weren't paying them properly. Yeah. So like that's not an immigrant doing it. That's a Finnish person. But because it's
but if you go to the Nepalese place,
but
if you go to a Nepalese place, then that was immigrants.
No, and there's been a couple of other restaurants over here that had some other but you see that. If you even look at it, how like when the news is written that a person who comes from elsewhere has done something bad in Finland, the news gets a lot of noise. But there's a lot more news of locals doing worse things.
People already have their mindset that it was bad, and they see the news just reinforces their believing.
Yeah. because we have talked
I said
about
that.
this.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
talked this with in the Jory episode,
Yeah.
where when you meet someone like this who has their mindset, and then they meet you, and you have a normal conversation. You might even have them over if they're like close or whatever, and then you come to say, oh, you're one of the good ones, which by itself is not the best.
I know.
But then you are like, mate, this person has completely changed their views.
Yeah.
And you can tell their whole worldview has changed and shifted. And I think that's the best thing you can wish for.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
You cannot
people need
expect
to have
someone
more
to now I
encounters.
love all foreigners and everything.
yeah.
But you have to start somewhere.
Yeah. I agree.
No, but this for my thing is that people should love all people in general, and people. Well, okay, maybe
I mean-
maybe not all people.
Calm down.
maybe.
Calm down.
Okay, let me calm down a little bit there. But I mean,
All
the
the
point
time, all the
the point of departure must always be like, there's good in all people, right? So to make an assumption that no, these immigrants are just coming over here to replace us, like who left their home country, saying I'm going to go to Finland to replace someone?
Yeah.
And apparently, this is a collective plan that thousands and thousands. Like some of this doesn't just doesn't.
I was
happen.
not informed about that plan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm not-
me, I wasn't told. I was on my way.
George Soros didn't
Nah.
cut you that check?
No, apparently,
okay,
no,
all right.
no,
You guys
you
missing
know.
out, man.
So bro, we need to get that
man.
hookup. And
Yeah, George Soros cut me that check,
The great replacement.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know how we have shifted a bit from where we started with language, but my whole point.
This can also be an episode of just clips, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
bites.
No, but I think it's important to talk about, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, that's...
This is
it's in,
the kind of topic that we always shift to, but I think that's one of the core topics of every time you meet with multicultural people, these topics are always the ones that pop because those are the ones that they're kind of pushed in the media sometimes, and then that's what you hear.
Yeah.
And also immigrants.
Yeah.
The thing that comes in the news from immigrants and the thing I see is often very different.
Yeah.
The feeling from there, like a lot, these people, and like, and then I meet with other immigrants, and they're like, man, I also hate this shit.
Yeah.
So it's it's like,
Yeah.
I think also a lot of people, because we live in a big city, big, for Finnish standards, pretty big. You're right. I live right in downtown.
Yeah.
I don't go out of downtown very often.
No.
And I see a lot of like we're kind of in the city, urbanized kind of thing, and you meet the people who are kind of part of a big city or whatever. But then when you meet people outside, like now with the darts thing, I've been traveling to smaller towns and stuff, and I have the chance to speak with more people that are not like are in small towns.
Have you been to Joensuu?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I've been to Joensuu.
Okay.
I don't know.
Go.
But I've been
Go
to
Joensuu.
Man, I've been to very small towns that
Yeah.
like I would
Joensuu
have
is
nothing
beautiful.
to do otherwise if I don't go to play darts.
Yeah.
Like nothing. Like I have nothing to do.
That's
there.
cool. Yeah.
And you do get some people because I'm one of the only foreigners. I've seen some African youth playing darts in one of the the big competitions. There's a couple Swedish guys. One of the best guys is actually Swedish, so he speaks English and people speak English to him.
Yeah.
And you can see the shift, for example. With him, everyone's like, because he's one of the big ones.
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to speak, and and they try to speak English, and then when you come to the table, it's like, meh. You can see the difference, mate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and you can see that a lot of those people from small towns,
Yeah.
they might not love that you're there because you can tell the looks you get. It's like this guy's not happy.
Yeah.
But you also get a lot of people that you can tell they have never met a foreigner or they haven't it's not very common for them.
Yeah.
And then they come and they're like, oh, in broken Finnish we try to get something and they're quite excited.
Yeah.
Oh, you're from Mexico. What the hell are you doing here, mate? Like from Mexico. What the
yeah.
hell? And like,
Yeah.
and we've all had that conversation many times, right? Like, oh, what are you doing here? And and you meet all the kind of like spectrum of people that you can meet,
Yeah.
and you can always tell the positive interactions are way more.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean is
Absolutely.
like everywhere in the world you get positive and negative, and
I think for every-
usually the positive is the mayor,
I think for every
but
negative...
the negative is the more loud.
Yeah. For
It's the
every
loudest.
negative interaction I've had 10 good interactions.
Yeah.
You know? And just going back, like, you remind me, like Joensuu, small city, small town, like next to Russia, right? A couple kilometers. Dude, two people I met there, like foreigners, like immigrants here. I think you guys saw my story a Vietnamese restaurant only open in the summertime. I went and talked to the owners.
And the food was so good.
The food's so good, and like they immigrated to here like in the 1970s. So like we talked about before, where during the Vietnam War, when I hopped on a plane and landed in America, they just happened to hop on a plane and end in Finland. But they had a restaurant there for 25 years. Like they speak perfect Finnish, of course. Yeah, and like that's the type of like that makes me proud, of them. Like they come here, they're contributing, and like I talked to the locals there, and it's like. One of our guy that works on our restaurant equipment, and he's in his 50s. He goes, "Yeah, I've been going there since I was like in my 20s." Yeah, like they're really cool people.
Yeah, that's dope.
Every summer they open it up and they're there. And I talked to like bartender. Yeah, man, we love going there. Like, yeah, they're awesome Vietnamese people.
Nice.
And I think those are like the positive side of like immigration, where like somebody properly integrated.
Yeah.
And another guy who made I don't say hate too much, but like the Napoli style pizza. Those that know me know I'm a New York guy.
Yeah.
But the Napoli pizza sometimes gets too soggy in the middle. But this guy from one little wood oven in the center of town, he only opened in the summertime. He's Italian, not Italian American. Italian, and his wife is Finnish.
Yeah.
And it was so good. He's like, yeah, this is my first year here, and I'm trying to do something. I'm like,
oh, first year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quick.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
quick and
yeah.
that's quick and
Yeah,
good.
yeah. And that's some of the good things that I see here.
Yeah.
Like, and that's from Joensuu.
Man, one of
Yeah,
the best pizzas I've tried here is a British guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if Welsh or Scottish.
Is
I
it
don't
still
know exactly.
open?
I think he does pop-ups and
Pop-up.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that multiculturality is crazy.
We should get him on here. Make
Yeah,
some
we
pizzas
should.
for
We
it.
should.
Yeah.
Pete, we'll call him.
Yeah.
Crazy good, man.
Yeah. I heard a lot about him. So
Yeah.
yeah.
The other day, sorry, like, no, we can continue with this. I was just about to switch to another integration topic.
Yeah.
So I was at an event, right? Because one of the new things is that 5 to 10% of people who move to Finland can choose going forward to integrate in Swedish as part of the integration program. And this is a very interesting thing, right? One, because Swedish is way much easier than Finnish. Number two, this is part of the government program.
Yeah.
They really do want to make sure that at least 5 to 10% of the people can integrate in Swedish. But again, finding a job in Swedish is not the easiest thing, so you still need to learn Finnish. But at the same time, if you learn Swedish and you start a business in Swedish, for example, you might have a niche market, and then you might have the other market across the water. What do you guys think about this 5 to 10% integrating in Swedish thing?
For me, it's like I don't know. I mean, because I don't have enough information about it, like of how big of a market it will be, how easier it makes your job seeking,
Job opportunity.
But for example, when I came here, the first 9 months I was doing the intensive language course, which a lot of people complain about it. I think the first 3 months were crazy good. Then it became it was downhill. But the first 3 months were crazy, and I learned most of what I know in those 3 months.
Obviously.
And then after 9 months I did the UKI test and I got the B1 and that's that. But and then I managed to get a job and whatever. But I know a lot of people, not like a handful that were like, nah, fuck this, man. I'm gonna choose Swedish because then it's easier to just get the citizenship.
Me.
And I just don't get it. Like, I think if you would live in the areas that speak Swedish, maybe that's the way to go. Because, for example, I speak German, and I speak English, and I can read the Swedish. So I'm guessing if I would go and study in a year, I might be quite okay.
Yeah, you might actually pick it up less than a year.
Yeah, I think it's way faster than Finnish, 100%. That's completely for sure. But I know people who did that.
Yeah.
And then later, you still have to learn Finnish at some point, dude.
Yes.
Do you?
Yes, I think so.
No, do you?
I think. Well, you don't have to. You're the clear example. You're the clear example of not needing, right? But for example, for me, but you have businesses. You're a business owner, and you are kind of set.
Yeah.
Because you're doing that shit, and you own.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I want to learn Finnish.
Yes.
I do want to. But the Swedish language is a lot easier.
100%.
Yeah, 100% easier.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. Like, I don't know. Maybe you should know. Like, so let's say like let's say I'm not in the restaurant business. I own business. I came here and I applied for a job, and language skills I put 100% proficient in Swedish.
Yeah.
Finnish passport, Swedish.
Yeah.
How is that looked on as an employer?
Well, because there is Finnish
Yeah.
speaking, Swedish speaking Finnish.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll say, like, from my experience, when I moved here, I spoke Swedish already. Right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I was like, I might not need to do the whole integrating in Finnish thing. But I had such a hard time getting jobs in Swedish because the language requirement also for those jobs was that you need to speak native level Swedish.
Okay.
What happened was actually a German guy recommended me for the Swedish job that I ended up getting. So you can get those jobs.
Just find Swedish
There's-
companies.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
perfect.
You know, like
Yes.
specifically Swedish-speaking roles, usually it's sales and marketing
Yeah,
and data
that's true.
collection and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But if you live in the Swedish, towns and cities, that spectrum opens way
yeah.
more up.
Yeah.
But I think what you pointed out is what I feel like potentially is going to happen is that when you have an environment that is maybe making it harder to be stable as an immigrant in Finnish society, Swedish is might be the gateway language in
Yeah,
the sense of saying
that's what I mean.
people
Yeah.
are like, let me do the Swedish thing. I'm going to secure myself, and make sure that all of my like everything that I need is in order. Then I'll take my time to learn Finnish because it takes way much more
Yeah.
time.
But
So there might be a higher demand on people that want to integrate in Swedish than what is actually this 5 to 10% target. Yeah.
But then at the other, looking at that I got my UKI test in 9 months.
As did I.
If I would have done
Yeah.
my UKI in Swedish,
Yeah.
I would not speak Finnish at all. Because I know myself, and I know that if I get a B1 in Swedish, I'd be like,
You're good. You got
fuck
your
this.
passport.
I work in
Yeah.
English.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Don't you think that's a risk?
So
But
yeah.
for you guys, I mean, you work in English anyway, right? Integration is not.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, but
but-
don't you think that when I go to the doctor and I speak
Yeah.
Finnish, when I go to the bank and I speak Finnish,
But you have
don't,
a-
don't you think that's good? That's like still something that should be that makes your life easier.
Let me say. Let
'Cause I
me
see-
say
Yeah.
like this. Yeah, but let me
Yeah.
say like this. I'm not going to make a comment on whether I think it's a good or a bad thing. What I'm going to say is, you have a right in Finland to access healthcare in Swedish. You have a right
yeah.
to access a lot of these public services in Swedish
true.
as well. So
And
to a
banks
certain
also have Swedish.
yeah.
Yeah,
So to a
yeah.
certain extent, you actually studying Swedish kind of opens up.
It gives you a little bit.
It
more
gives you a little
open
bit more
doors than-
access.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I might say that in terms of like access, you have a lot less access in Swedish than you have in Finnish.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
still Finland,
But
so
more
learning
than-
Finland is
but more than
necessary.
like another language.
My point is that at what point would you be like, nah, fuck Finnish then? Because I speak Swedish. Why bother?
Yeah, but like now, for example, like you learn Finnish, but you work in English most of the time, so it's kind of like, like so you would have the Swedish in the back of your head. Like
Yeah.
I have Swedish now, I barely use it, but I use it sometimes, and it just works to my advantage in a lot of situations that I can speak Swedish. It never works as a bad thing, but I think that it's inevitable to live in Finland, even if you've integrated in Swedish, that you don't eventually pick up on some Finnish. I think it's inevitable.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I told
No,
you.
two words.
Yeah.
No. I told you a story like.
Yeah, actually, Tam is a bad example.
No, like according to people that have it's gonna sound bad. That's according to people that slept with me.
He knows more than 2 words. It's like 10.
No.
Yeah, he knows a lot about
I dream in Finnish.
You see, there you go.
I dream in Finnish. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
yeah, I'm having full conversation in Finnish
Yeah.
to myself, and they're like, I didn't know you know those words. I'm like, I don't either. So it's locked in there.
It's in
Yeah.
like when we were studying Finnish, we did this program. I don't think I can mention the name, but the program is called Suggestopedia. So they basically kind of like hypnotize and entertain the language into your head. And when we were like coming to the end of each term, or was it each month or something, the teacher would tell you that in the back of your head right now, we've actually trained you guys through, let's say, I don't know, 1,000 words. But if you actually look at the day-to-day conversation and the way that you're writing, you're probably only using, let's say, 300 of them.
Yeah.
The other 700 are still in the back of your head. make sure you have social time with your friends and go out there and have fun and try to learn to use the other 700 words. And I can tell you, for me, that was one of the best programs ever for language learning.
But I think the Finnish, was it 6 months or 9 months integration program? Every foreigner I met here that went to that program is able to comprehend Finnish.
good.
I'm just waiting for that.
I've met many
In that program, I met a lot that.
That
Yeah,
didn't?
that didn't.
Okay, well, for me, like in the real world, like
I mean, they
the people
spoke.
I met.
They spoke a bit, but
Yeah.
because at the end of when I was studying, at the end they will tell you like they made a test, and I don't know how it works now. I know I have heard. Have you heard what's the? Because they have made some changes into this program. I don't know how it is nowadays. If someone knows or has gone through this like recently, it would be nice to hear. But when I was there, it was like 8-9 years ago, and it was at the end of those. I think the program is 12 months, but I did 9. I skipped the first 3. And they made a test. And they were like, if it looks like you might pass the UKI, then they pay it. And then you go and do it.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people who didn't do the exam.
Okay.
So it meant that they were not in the level that they could have achieved it.
that's a good point. Actually, that's how it was when I took the UKI, that you could go and write the exam as part of the integration program, and it was part of the integration thing.
And then the integration pays for it.
Then they take care of everything. But if you choose to delay your exam to later, then you have to do it on your own.
You have to pay them.
Yeah, I don't know how expensive it is nowadays, but I think the main problem is not the paying, is that it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
And there's like big queues. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I keep telling my my business partners, like, I need 9 months off. I'm like, oh my God, there's no way I can take 9 months off.
9 months?
Yeah, but you can work during that time too, right?
Absolutely.
But the hours are very, very limited. I think.
especially for restaurants, because I think, for example, you'll be doing you do evening
the
shifts.
morning.
And you can go to the course. And,
do
I
the
don't know.
morning class.
But also that integration course, there's a limit on how long you came here.
Oh yeah.
It's not a
really?
thing that you can do at any
No.
Oh, shit,
Like
no.
public integration courses are it used to be the first 3 years of you moving here.
Yeah.
After that, it's like I think now maybe it's 2 years. I think there were some changes at some point in time.
Now you have to pay, and that's
So now
probably
you have
quite
to pay.
expensive course.
But
I mean,
it's
it's
still
a
worth
sidebar.
it.
Yeah.
It's still definitely worth it.
I'll look into that.
But anyway, if
Because
you're
they
coming,
can make exceptions.
I don't know how's the course, but for me, that course was pretty good.
Yeah.
The first, my teacher, there was a Hungarian woman, this king guy was insane, crazy good. Then I went to TAC, and that was a bit more problematic. Because at least at the time I was there, it was a rough, rough experience. It's also all your. I came from having a really good job and being really productive, good salary, being someone that companies are contacting you and like, hey, you want to come work for us, and then you come here, no one cares, and then you're studying and you're unemployed, and mentally it was a really rough time.
Yeah.
But it was beneficial at the end.
Yeah. Cool. Anyways, I think that's it.
I think that was a good one. Thanks for listening. We'll bring some more guests, more restaurants, more places, and more conversations.
Check out for Stub. He might just show up.
What?
Check out for Mr. Stub. He might just show up in one.
Yeah,
The invite's open.
yeah. It might be from China, but it's all right.
Might be Temu.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
Guys.
See ya.
So,